So confused. He views me in all possible ways, discarded me away like I'm rubbish. Now he comes back and tries to reach out after 4 months, and I feel sorry for him. Part of the trauma bond. That's part of the piece that's going to make you apologize for him hurting you. Narcissists are fantastic at this. Fantastic in a bad way. Fantastic at punching you in the face and then getting you to apologize for the pain that you feel of them punching you. Like, this will happen over and over and over again. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Filed for divorce. Why is he still hoovering through the phone but acts like a jerk in person? Because he doesn't want you to file for divorce because it'll make him look bad or have to pay money. End of the day. Narcissists pull out all the stops when you file for divorce. When you finally say that you're leaving, go through the divorce. Like, if anything, the more he hoovers divorce, the more you need to run through it. I need a group so bad. Click on the link in the bio. Escape Toxicity. That's a group that's going through it on a day-to-day basis. It's a 7-day challenge. Well, technically, there's an intro and an outro, so like 9 days technically. Okay, but basically, you show up, you watch the videos, you do the daily assignment, you post in the group that's there, that's going through it at the same exact time. So check that out, Sandra. Links in the bio. He's in therapy and says he's working, processing, he's cheating on me. He forgives himself, no guilt. So what I would ask is, like, how is he actually showing up honest, vulnerable, and showing consistent change? Because there's a piece that a narcissist can admit what they're doing, but until they actually want to change it, until you actually see honesty and vulnerability there, nothing's going to happen. Course system just gaslight you all over again. Yeah. How do you know if you should go back? It's my narcissistic family, dad and sister of NPD. I miss my family. So Andrea, it'd be like this aspect of you go back and you have a strong boundary. You walk back in the door and you're like, this is what I'm going to put up with, this is what I'm not going to put up with. Then you see them cross those boundaries, then you're like, okay, guess it's not time for me to come back. A lot of times people go no contact with family and they won't ever get that connection up to develop a brand new family because of the fact that other people are making the decision not to allow you back in. Now, what I mean by that is, like, that person is making a decision to not have you in their life by how they're treating you. You have to make sure you understand it, because they'll want to flip it around and say it's your fault. Okay? How do you know it's just low emotional intelligence or narcissism? End of the day, throw out both labels. It doesn't matter. How is this person being loving, demonstrating love, demonstrating care, demonstrating honesty, demonstrating respect, demonstrating vulnerability, all these things, demonstrating loyalty? If this person isn't showing honesty, vulnerability, and consistent change, you're in a dead-end relationship and you need to get out, period. Whether that's emotional, like lack of emotional intelligence, whether that's narcissism, whether that's anything, doesn't matter. End of the day, you have to look at what is actually being shown and demonstrated to you on a daily basis. I would happily give up ever getting a penny from a narcissistic abusive husband, father of my kids, if he would leave us alone and just let us go. Unfortunately, a lot of times we've seen a lot of people do that, where they won't even take child support. They'll, like, give it all up for full custody. Sometimes that works. Unfortunately, it's a process. It's hard to get to. Why do you think he told me he isn't this? There's a couple different, like, pieces with that. Sometimes they'll do like a self-confession to see if it's going to trigger anything from you, or if it's just going to, like, roll off and just keep going off. Can they trick a therapist? 100%. A lot of times we see that. A lot of times the narcissist will go to therapy and become a better narcissist because they know how to be able to hide it. Okay. Ex left 6 months ago, new supply after abuse. He is falling in love with her and hates me. How? He doesn't love anybody, but is just going to the next person. It's going to make you feel awful because he's with the next person, and he's going to try to hoover her and, like, make sure that she's, like, fall in love with him. Okay. You can't, like when the narcissist goes to the next person and tells you that they're madly in love with the next person, you have to remember you're also talking to a liar. You're talking to someone who's never honest in your relationship. Why do you expect them to be honest now? Okay. Can you put that in writing where you explain the label doesn't matter? I know, right? Is anyone else but me noticing that narcissists are also addicts and that manipulation and control actually are major cause and effects of addiction? The control and manipulation isn't a cause of the addiction. I would say the addiction stems from, like, their personality, but it's also not like I'm an addict, so that's why I'm controlling you. Narcissist is going to control you whether they're an addict or not. It just happens that a lot of time addiction goes hand in hand with narcissism. But it's not necessarily, like, back and forth. Okay. My narcissist tells me that I'm the narcissist. So I would say, like, hey, look at the traits. Take the $7 challenge and see what is actually a narcissist. What does this actually look like? Is it me? Is it not? Okay. How do I protect future girlfriends from him? You focus on yourself and you don't focus on that. If anything, when you reach out to future girlfriends, a lot of times you will further trap them in a trauma bond because you will bind him and her together. You will be the common enemy. Block, ghost, go no contact, start working on you. That's the biggest thing you can do. If you don't, then a lot of times you will get sucked back in. Okay. Would you repeat what you said about how we can make sure we are no longer a narcissist magnet? Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's something you actually see inside of the clarity challenge, I believe, a little bit too. But at the end of the day, a narcissist is attracted to people that don't know who they are. You're going to hear a lot of stuff out there. You're going to hear people be like, they're attracted to empaths, they're attracted to cute people, they're attracted to people that have money, they're attracted to, you're going to hear all the stuff. Okay. At the end of the day, it boils down to finding a person that doesn't know who they are and is easy to be moldable. That's really what it is. Is like, can I take you that doesn't know who you are, and as a result, you won't hold up your boundaries, you won't actually have boundaries? Can I take you who doesn't know who you are and doesn't know what direction you want to go, and as a result, I can pull you to the side, I can sideline you? Like, that is what a narcissist oftentimes is looking for. So you need to understand, if you're constantly going back and forth, there's also a piece. I'm not putting the blame on you because people get really dicey about this, but I am saying a lot of times a narcissist will go after a person who has no clue who they are, over and over and over again. If you want to learn who you are and you want to get help and actually get free from this, please reach out for help. You can click in the bio, escapetoxicity.com, to do a 7-day challenge to start moving forward and learning about it, to start the foundation of the first step in healing. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, I can give you an idea of what's going on, answer some questions, help you find some closure in knowing the mind of the narcissist. You can go to rawmotivations.com, grab one-on-ones. We can sit down, we can have a talk. We do a lot of these. I think last week I met with like 24 people. Okay. Because every single week there's new people coming on the scene being like, I don't understand this. And I'm like, okay, here you go. Here's the steps. And they start following them. All right. I had a couple people in here that mentioned stuff about the clarity challenge. So you guys are in the clarity challenge. I'll have you understand this loud and clear. The majority of people do not finish the clarity challenge because it is hard work. What I would tell you is a lot of people that have finished the clarity challenge, that have done the work, every single person that has done the work, put in the effort, done the daily assignments, every single person is coming out changed on the other side. People that don't come out changed are the people that don't put in the work. And that's the hard reality. Because sometimes you might be at the place that the pain isn't big enough for you to actually make a decision, for you to actually move, for you to actually want to do the work, be willing to do the work required. If you're at the place where you're like, hey, I want to do the work, reach out. Motivations.com, grab a one-on-one, we'll talk. We'll start working through it to help build you a plan to be able to get free, to break the trauma bond, to get rid of the rumination, get rid of the intrusive thoughts. We take your triggers and we eradicate them. A lot of times completely obliterate them, where that person no longer has a power or a hold over you. Reach out for help. 7-day challenge in the bio. Reach out, rawmotivations.com. Would love to interact with you. Love to help you guys on your healing journey. Stay as narc free as you can, depending on where you are in life. Continue to move forward and investing in you.